Hi guys, it's currently May 3rd, 2018. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, and if you haven't, please do if you like these videos. As well, click the like button if you like these videos. So we're doing a monthly reading for May 2018. I'm just finishing up all the astrological sign readings, and it's very interesting what came up, so that's what actually encouraged me to do the monthly. Now, next month I will be getting these out a little bit earlier. I think it's important that we kind of get a heads up on what's going on because I'm able to do it a little earlier, so I'll start doing that. So if you have your own business or something like that, or you want to start your own business, it's maybe a great month to actually start getting the ball rolling. Because we had a Scorpio full moon happening at the very end of April, it was like bringing out some sides to us that I think maybe we didn't even like, and that can be a little bit like uncomfortable, but at the same time comfortable because we're unraveling things that we don't need anymore. So become comfortable in the education process that every full moon we're letting go of something. I'm doing healing retreats now around the full moon to help support people and encourage them to grow and learn about this stuff so that we can start receiving the positive things that come around the new moon, and for us to acknowledge what we're clearing, cleansing, and then asking the universe for, and so forth. So January was a very, very intense month for people, and I think there was a trickle effect up until now. So since January, there could have been an event or something that you were feeling or going through that kept happening up until the Scorpio moon, until it was like, all right, I've been feeling this way enough. And I can say that as a general statement because I feel like it's almost around ego, and I've been talking for the last month about ego, and I just can't get rid of it. And I'm realizing it's because people are learning that they haven't been protecting their own energies. And so this is really a strong month for in the beginning of the month, because when around May 17th, after the new moon, that's all going to shift and change, which is amazing. So everything's going to start looking up. But in the first half of the month, it's still lingering. And people are kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to realize this stuff, and I get it, but I'm still like working on how to protect my energy during the stage of it still happening, some of the effects of it. So just know that we still feel that energy after. As well, when we have Mercury retrograde happening, which was in April, you know, even though there's a date for that to the next day, sometimes that happens before and sometimes that happens after. And then it also like it shifted into Saturn, which I think is until like, now don't quote me on this, but I think it's till like May 5th or something. So some people, when it comes to money, they don't want to commit to certain items and those sort of things because until after May 5th, then they're going to commit to stuff. So even after the 5th, you're going to notice, like financially, it's a better time to commit to things. We're also in Taurus energy, which is talking about a lot of material things, and I think that's why I'm drawn into talking about ego, because those the gifts that we have are most important. I think there's a strong sharing energy happening this month, and I absolutely love that because I love working with people, and I love giving, and I love the energy of giving. I love the energy of celebrating as well, so there may be celebrations. If you have friends that are Tauruses and they're having birthdays, they're very much friendsy people. They like parties, they like food, they like gifts. It could be that you're going to a baby shower this month, something like that. So I think it's good to like learn from other people. They don't have to be older than you, but just learning from other people more about this stuff. So if you want to participate in any of the local events that I have, you can jump into one of my healing circles or my healing retreats. I think that would be positive. There's someone in particular that watches these videos that worries himself almost to the point where they're just not as healthy anymore. So acknowledging that if the weather gets you down and that affects you, you need to like get outside rather than staying inside. It sounds silly to talk about because it can be very common sense, but you may not realize like how important the earth is this month for people that have seasonal depression, that sort of thing. So let's get on with our cards. Our theme is going to be acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. So using our visual stuff that I've been teaching people. If you don't know what that means, it's visualizing a white light up around you to protect your energies. It could be on May 10th when I'm doing my healing circle. It's about a guided meditation. So we'll be working more with how to lighten your load and how to give yourself more energy based around what we can do mentally when we close our eyes. That sort of thing. I think it's about, okay, accepting that things are the way that they are and there's nothing we can do to change them, so we might as well just let it go. There's more joy energy coming through. There's more fire energy as well. That's what I was talking about, someone that wants to start up their own business. Some people are really like jiving right now. So they want to dance and they're learning how to dance and they're dancing with their partner. They're kicking up their heels, that sort of thing. I feel like there's horseback riding energy happening. It could be that you need other people to interpret messages for you. So someone like myself who will do a healing session with you and kind of help you through some things. It's okay to do that. It's okay to learn from people in order to interpret messages. I'm also doing an angel card class May 17th, which is at a major time for like new moon energy. Like you're going to notice a huge shift around May 17th and it's very strong. So learning how to interpret messages as well is an awesome thing when we're dealing with like new energy. And it's no coincidence that I do some of this stuff around the time that I do, even kind of by accident. All right. The Emperor, number 4. So some people may be a little more tired than usual. Structure and discipline, leadership. There's some logic in there, but I feel like talking about interpretation, I think sometimes even people need other people to translate things for them. So it's interesting. I'm going away where people speak Spanish. So that could be for me that I need like a translator in order to like connect with people, because maybe I'll be doing healing for people, but I won't be able to pass over the messages for them as I would like. So maybe I need a translator. So just be mindful that it's okay to like ask people to translate things for you if you don't understand. You know, if you come to one of my sessions and you're in a group setting, you could ask somebody like, what the heck does that mean? Like my lingo and my vocabulary may be completely different from what you're used to, and it doesn't make any sense to you. So use the other people that are in your lives and ask for the help that you need, all right? It'll make people feel good if they can help you. Trust me. We have the moon. So going back to translating, you know, who are the people in the sky? That's kind of coming up. You talk about angels or the universe and spirit guides and spirit being around you, that sort of thing. And I feel like there are times in life where we're not meant to know everything. And so that's kind of coming into like the trusting energy for this month. It's like when we learn about the moon and we learn about ourselves and that sort of thing, and we learn to trust, each person's path is different. So, you know, we can't say in general, sometimes this is this way. And so everything is open for interpretation and translation and that sort of thing. And it's our job to like seek balance with learning how to think for ourselves and get other people to help us. So it's about, I think that's why I've been talking about the ego and teaching people about that, because it's important that we understand our own mind and our own thought process. So we can get other people to help us with that, but nobody else is in your head and nobody else can think for you. So it's your job to kind of identify with the vicious cycles that are in your life or in your mind or in your emotional package there, and what are the negative emotions that you are lingering and hanging on to. So in the month of May, especially in the beginning, you're going to find, so it's not the number of 18, we're taking action. I'd say in the first 3 weeks of May, that's what's coming up. You're going to find, this is actually what it says, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So you're releasing fears, but those are emotion based. So in the first 3 weeks, they'll be like, okay, I'm angry. Why am I angry? Okay, I'm sad. Why am I sad? And then we can start shifting that. So it may be a great time for journaling and that sort of thing. All right. So then we have Blessing in disguise. So someone asked me yesterday, can you put spells on people? People talk about negative energy a lot, and I talk a lot about protection energy. So that's why I kind of said, well, I guess I just focus on, the healing crystals and the protection and, all that stuff. Not based around fear, just based on how to keep and stay positive. If we even give any of that negative energy a chance to survive, it will leech and latch onto us. So we don't give negative energy an opportunity to survive in our lives. And that's where it's like important that we are deep into our healing this month, especially in the beginning, as I've already said. So free yourself from negative thought patterns, negative emotions. I can't say that enough. That one's actually the most beautiful card of the whole deck, out of the whole 100 and some cards, if you really look at that. And again, just tell me what you see when you look at that, maybe what color. Comment on that if you want. One of the things that I see is I see myself in that girl. It's weird. Earlier I was drawn into my profile picture on Facebook, and I have kind of like sleeves like that. And I stared at them and I said, oh, I look kind of peaceful. And I took the picture of myself. It's a selfie. And I'm like, maybe this is me identifying with being by myself, right? And that the blessing in disguise is the opportunities that I get to be alone. I think it's powerful stuff for me. But if you look in that card, maybe the first thing you see is like the wing. Maybe I could laugh, but maybe it's a chicken wing. Maybe you haven't eaten meat in, months, and you just decide, I think I want to eat some chicken because I know that I need that protein. Sounds funny, but laughter could be another thing, freeing yourself and needing laughter. For me, I'm also seeing a wing drawn with a pencil, because I used to draw and I'm wanting to get back into my my art and start painting, but sometimes we have to start drawing before we can paint. So learning to be more civil is also coming up. We have to have more, be a little more rational when it comes to things, and when it comes to like the ideas and things that we have. It's like, it's like putting things into perspective. That's what's really coming through. And ego will tell you things like, you better ease up on that talent. And that's when you know it's ego, because it's like, ease up on talent. And you may believe that if you think that that's true, and be like, oh, I better not tell people about what I'm talented in, because my intuition told me to ease up on that. And it's like, will make you think like, other people don't want to hear about what you like to do or what you're good at. That'll make them feel jealous and bad about themselves. Don't you think about their states? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna hurt their feelings. I'm the reason why they feel jealous. I'm the reason why they feel negative. And then we get into that sloppy, sludgy state. And that's all ego coming in and telling you something. So you have to override it. And when we know ourselves better and we understand how this stuff works, you don't care about it anymore. And it's not that we don't care about other people. We don't care about that thing that's going on in our head anymore. And that's why we start getting into the meditation practice. It's like, oh, okay, I think I need to start tapping into like maybe my angels, or the meditation practice I promise you, will give you an uplifting energy. So it's not to go back to sleep, it's actually to move forward and move your body more, that sort of thing. So really spend a lot of time on blessing in disguise. I think channeling energy through our crown is important. So when you feel like your head is like a little bit off, that's probably a good chance that you need grounding. It could come in a form of headaches. It could come in pressure in your head. It's just that you're getting a message to connect more to nature and earth. Sometimes we do, a stick of gum is coming up, so maybe you just need to like actually get like hydrated a little bit. There's another exercise you can do, is put your hand on your head and do this. And that actually hydrates us. And when we're hydrated, we're more grounded. Another one is like kind of hard to see, but putting your hands on your lower back where your kidneys are, and that's also very grounding. Around the ankles is another one. So learning even some of those things. I feel like if you're a person that likes packaged foods and that sort of thing, you may want to shift your energy away from that. Again, joy is important, but the other thing that's important is like finding yourself in an unhealthy state because of all the joy that you take in like junk food and that sort of thing. Okay, so just finding that balance. Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. I like that I'm using my Christmas mug here. Don't rush your healing process. Heaven forbid. You may be a person who's like go, 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 likes to be busy all the time, or it's the opposite. You like to hang out and that sort of thing. It's uncomfortable for you to go into groups. But going back into translating energy and that sort of thing, transmuting, if there's any disagreements in your life, heaven forbid, believe in yourself. That's what's coming through. So you are most important in your own life. If we can't believe ourselves, who are we ever going to believe, right? So that may be a more yoga energy, yoga meditation. That's probably also why we have the ocean. I feel like when you let go of loved ones that have passed completely, meaning understanding that it's okay that people die, it's okay that we die, you're going to find that there's more celebration energy around death. And I was just listening to something yesterday at somebody's like radio show thing. She has her own business. And it was talking about people and their near-death experiences. I've had a near-death experience. And I think they're really cool to talk about. This man had like 3 near-death experiences, and that's not really normal. And I think sometimes that's where we get our spiritual side from, is when we've almost died. It really shakes us up and wakes us up to like why we're here on earth. Perhaps I'm talking about this for a reason. Maybe if you're on my healing group or you want to be on my healing group, talk about any of your near-death experiences. You can also do it here, but it's nice when we can do it in a group of supportive people. Because all the people on there are good. They're like, people aren't putting nasty comments on there. It's all positive. So, and I really do my best to like clear out people that are that way. So I'll just right away like block them and I don't put a spell on them, but I make sure that they're out of there. So, yeah, even releasing your standards around things, right? Maybe it's like, oh, well, I have to like, I believe in God and like, I don't want to commit any sins, and I don't want to be, we'll just say I don't want to be with my husband, but I don't want to commit, a sin by divorcing him, so I'll stay in that unhappy marriage. That's like letting go of those standards for yourself in this life. You'll be much better off if you do and you feel better, because if you believe in God or whatever, you're going to feel better when you're healthy and happy. Enlightenment is feeling joyful and excited about being on earth and feeling as light as we possibly can. So we don't deserve to feel heavy. We don't deserve to feel burdened. We don't deserve to feel stressed. So working on letting some of that energy go. I feel like just going to sleep and just resting myself now. It just got so quiet in my place. I think it almost helped my animals have confidence. So color, put more color in your house, put more color on your walls. Plan on painting this month. I've been feeling drawn into reds because I'm a fire sign, and red is a very strong fiery color. Even talking about religion and God, even some people believe that like you're not allowed to, I think, wear red, stuff like that. I was feeling really drawn into even like fake flowers are okay, because it's still like symbolizing something, because flowers are a sign of healing, and flowers also die. So it's great to have fresh ones, but even fake ones are okay. I almost bought like a really nice red fake flower, and something was just telling me to. So just know that when things hold symbolism to us, so such as like red being a fire sign and me needing that energy around me, just acknowledging what means stuff to you. So if you see the color red, do you think of the root chakra? Maybe it's you need to get in touch with what your needs are for yourself in your life. Similar to the other card, I was saying, like, draw yourself into, is there a butterfly in the picture? Even if there isn't a butterfly, did you, when you first look for a butterfly? I have a symbolism to a butterfly. I have a friend that passed, and we said every time I see a butterfly, think of her. And I constantly go into the dollar store not wanting anything just because there are butterflies everywhere. And same with why I got this ring for her. So and then there are flowers in it for healing. So when we have confidence, we're healing, all right? And so every time you feel good about your accomplishment or you've done a good deed, give yourself some credit. Give yourself a pat on the back. We're almost like children at times where we need that sticker. And it's funny, I just got I think they're Palo Santo sticks. So these, like, when you burn them, they're like a natural, they smell good. They're like a natural scent anyway from nature. Like, they almost look like just sticks. They are sticks off of a tree. I'm not going to go into detail. I don't know enough about them. But when we burn them, it's like really helps with positive energy. So when we burn sage, we clear negative energy. But when we burn these, this is like all about just almost like increasing positive energy. So I'm going to read up more on that and post something on my Facebook page. But I'm now selling these. And I don't know why, I guess I was just being drawn into it because it also says, thank you. So joining a club is also coming up. So join my healing group if you're interested in that. Join in with any of my retreats that I'm doing around the full moon. Join my healing circle if you're local and you want to get together with people. Each week I'm going to be doing a different thing, and that's going to be on Thursday nights just for 1 hour. And I feel like just participating in something could give you satisfaction, because we were talking about giving yourself a pat on the back, and we were just talking about the reward system. But I guess I felt called into this because of this sticker. And you may find, like, it sounds weird, but like working with like more inspirational quotes, like more artsy stuff. So like find your inner elf. Just little tiny things like that. The little sticker saying thank you. So that's why I'm being drawn into it. It's like, what can you buy yourself? What can you like look at? That flower being red meant something to me. So I'm feeling really drawn into that. That's where your confidence is going to come from this month. Okay, guys? So wearing the ring, wearing the headband that my sister gave me, the green jacket that's nice and light that reminds me of, for some reason, the ocean. And the ocean represents a heart for me, which is another card that came up. So knowing that there's deeper meanings to all this stuff, okay? And check out your astrological sign reading as well so you can get a more in-depth reading. I appreciate you guys so much. Take care and just, practice your meditation this week, guys. Bye.